Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Simply Stocks, and today I am going to talk about 5 stocks which have destroyed wealth over the last decade. So let's get started. First of all, a disclaimer that this is not a stock recommendation and this is purely for educational purposes, and people should do their own analysis and research before taking any position. So, one of the 5 stocks that I would like to talk about, and I have taken all these 5 stocks in different domains or sectors. So, it's not that all the infrastructure stocks are in here, or all the oil companies, oil rig companies that were doing so well 10 years ago is in the all 5, but I have taken from different sectors. So, the first stock is Suzlon Energy. Now, this was a marquee stock in 2007-8 in that bull run, and everybody was going gung ho on the renewable energy theme, and it was said that over the next decade or so, renewable energy will be the new big thing, with the oil surging to $120 per barrel. But what happened was, Suzlon kept on taking a lot of debt in order to expand, and they bought out projects in Australia, Venezuela, etc. worldwide, eventually having so much of debt, around 7,100 crore, that they could not repay the loan, and could not muster up so much income to get out of the rut they went into. And even now, after 10 years, there is no sign of revival. The stock has fallen from 450 to around 8 rupees. Probably the government might help the company out by having more say programs for renewable source of energy, etc., but it looks very bleak. The second company I want to talk about is from the infrastructure space, which diversified into many segments later on. It's Unitech, another marquee name of that bull run, and the stock surged from about 3-4 rupees to virtually over 500 in a matter of couple of years, and nobody knew what has hit them to do so well. But what they did was to expand big by leveraging. So, it was highly debt laden, but over the last 3-4 years, what they have done is they have sold out their non-performing assets, and so their debt has come down, but now they don't have any major say products to work with, and hence their profitability is extremely low. So, more or less they are now beginning as a new unit, a new small cap company. It has a market cap now of only 1100 crores. It has destroyed 99% of the wealth of the investors. Infrastructure slowdown from 2007-8 is one of the reasons to blame for the debacle, because taking so much leverage at that point of time when infrastructure was in boom was perhaps a wrong decision by the management. And then what they did in 2008, round about that time, was over diversification. They diversified into the telecom business. So, they were taking on Bhartis of the world by bringing in Unitech Telecom. I think they had a tie up with a Swedish company at that point of time, which really broke off over the next 3-4 years. The third company I would like to look at is Reliance Communication, the Anil Ambani led firm. It was a bellwether when the IPO came in at around 800. I think the IPO came at around 700, 720, and it got listed and went up 12-13% on the listing day. That was 2008. I think around about 2007 and or 8. Currently, the stock made a low of 10 rupees and has destroyed 98% of investors' money. Extreme competition in the business with Bharti, Idea, Vodafone, and there were many other companies at that point of time, Tata Indicom and so on. So they could not sustain that pressure. Initially they did well, but after a couple of years they fell behind. High debt, currently they have a debt of 26,000 crores, so for expansion they used debt again, which was pretty detrimental again for the company, and over leveraging very early in the business. So what they did was to come into the business in a very big way. So they had towers all around India, and they had uh, probably having more employees than any other company, and wanted to really take on the telecom industry heads on. Another company which has done very poorly over the last decade, and probably because of the sector not doing well in the last 10 years, is Aban Offshore, which was one of the darling of the markets in 2006 to 8 bull run. Actually, the stock was trading at more than 5,000 rupees a share, somewhere in the middle of 2007, I think October, November, but has plummeted 98% from the highs. Currently, if you look at it, it's a 100 rupee share. Major reason for the decline has been the oil price slump, because before in 2008 the oil price was around 130 140 dollars per barrel, and they were getting a lot of orders from the oil marketing companies as well as exploration companies such as the ONGC, which was its single biggest client. So as ONGC started performing averagely, they could not get any orders, and later on, as we have seen, the oil prices have really stumbled. In 2016 it went to $30, even less than that, per barrel. And even though oil prices have recovered, the company has not, and it's because of taking a lot of debt over the period of last 6-7 years. So the company have received orders, but the payments have gone in just to repay the debt for the time being, and so their profitability has really taken a hit. Finally, I would like to talk about a company which had a recent huge fraud, and that's why it was considered as one of the most cleanest companies at that point of time in 2013-14. Eventually they changed the name to 63 Moons Technology, probably a couple of years ago. 5,600 crore derivative fraud that took place during 2014-15 period, and the culprit of that was Jignesh Shah, who was arrested later on, and it came to light that they did not had enough of the derivative products in the godowns as the trading was going on their platform. 98% of money went in smoke of people. I remember the stock trading at more than 2,000 rupees at one point of time, some 4 years back, and today the stock is languishing at 70 rupees. It was an IT firm which indulged into derivative trading, and that was pretty suspicious. And a similar kind of thing has happened with a couple of other companies currently trading in the market, and people have really lost a lot of money in them also. I'll take up those companies also in later presentations of mine. So in my opinion, these were the 5 biggest wealth destroyers of the last decade. Kindly let me know in the comment box if you have other companies in mind which have destroyed wealth in the same vein over the last 10 years. Please like and subscribe my channel and share it as well. Thanks a lot.